Now in Seoul, South Korean anti-corruption investigators are trying to arrest the impeached President Yoon Suk Yeol over his short-lived martial law decree last month. Hundreds of Yoon's supporters have gathered outside his residence in the South Korean capital, vowing to block his arrest. It's unclear if Yoon himself will cooperate, as his lawyers have called the arrest warrant invalid and illegal. He is under criminal investigation for insurrection and is already suspended from office over his attempt to impose martial law. Well, for more on this, I'm joined now by DW reporter Ben Dorman. Ben, what's the latest we know from Seoul?
Well, what we know is that investigators from this anti-corruption agency have now entered the presidential compound. Apparently, they're being blocked, according to Yonhap, the South Korean news agency, they're being blocked from executing their arrest warrant by a military unit stationed there. So there's a standoff of sorts going on. There's also, it still remains in question whether the Presidential Security Service, which is the president's security team, whether they could also block this arrest warrant as well, because in the past they've blocked investigators trying to execute search warrants there. Then you also have these crowds of supporters outside who have vowed to block any attempt to prevent his arrest as well. Police, it should be, and the South Korean authorities have said that anyone trying to prevent them executing this warrant will themselves be arrested, however. So it's a very fluid situation. At the moment, they are still trying to arrest him, but they haven't succeeded.
So the question must be asked, what happens next if Yoon is arrested?
Well, if they manage to arrest him, of course, first thing, it will be a historic moment in South Korea. It's never happened before that a sitting president, he is suspended, but he is still the president. It's never happened before that a sitting president has been arrested on criminal charges. If he is arrested, there would be 48 hours that they could detain him for questioning until they would either have to let him go or seek another warrant to keep him in custody for longer. Now, his legal team have already said, as you heard, that the arrest warrant itself is invalid and illegal. They say that this corruption agency, anti-corruption agency, has no authority to request arrest warrants. They've vowed to take legal action if he is arrested. The charges he's being arrested on, which include insurrection, could mean that he would face up to life imprisonment or death, even the death penalty if he were to be convicted. That's obviously very early to be talking about that, but if he is arrested, it'll be surely a historic moment for South Korea.
A lot at stake, clearly. A good time to remind our viewers, what happened to set all of this off?
Well, a month ago today was when Yoon declared martial law. It only lasted about 6 hours. He claimed he was doing it to defend democracy against anti-state forces in the opposition. But within those 6 hours, the opposition gathered back in Parliament, passed a resolution demanding that he overturn it. He did. Then on December 14th, he was impeached and suspended from office. Now he's facing these investigations into the potential criminal charges. He's also facing the potential permanent removal from office. The Constitutional Court is considering that at the moment. His political career is essentially hanging in the balance. It should be pointed out that while his supporters that you've seen in their footage there, most of the Korean public have turned firmly against him. They want him removed from office permanently. There's meant to be another hearing by the Constitutional Court later today, but that process could still take many months.
DW reporter Ben Dorman, thank you.